In this video, we'll be showing you how you can create new vendors and as well how you can link vendors to products and then set up the request for quote workflow. So let's start by adding a vendor. So if you just click on vendors from left-hand menu, as well, if you have a CSV of your vendors, you can attach it to this form and we'll import the vendors. If you only have a few vendors, then you just click on new vendor and you just put in their name, email, any information you have, and of course the address. You can see here that we also have Google Maps fully integrated into here as well. Once you've added that vendor, it will show up as a new vendor in the list. So in this case, let's say that I've added vendor 5. To link a product to that vendor, you just click on the vendor. And then you click on linked products. So you see in this case, I already have 2 products. So let's go into here. And this will load all of your products. So I'm just going to search for business cards, a simple product here, just a standard business card. And you can, of course, add more than one. But in this case, I'm going to click Save. And then what you can do is you can click here to put in the cost from the vendor. So let's keep it simple. Let's say it's $1 per card. I'm going to click Save. And of course, if you have multiple vendors that are giving you multiple products, then you could link the same product to multiple vendors. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back to our vendors. And let's select vendor 4. I'm going to click on vendor 4. I'm going to go to link products. I'm going to see the products here. I'm going to click add link product. And I'm going to search for my business card. And then I'm going to click save. And just for this test purpose, let's say that from here, it's $1.50 for each card. So then you would go to estimates now that you've linked your products. And you would go to new estimate. I'm just going to select the test customer that I always select. And then I'm going to go to my add items and I'm going to search for my business cards product. Once I select it, you can see that I'm just going to select different pricing here. And you can see these are the 2 vendors that are linked, vendor 4 and vendor 5. But I'm not going to fill this out yet. And I'm going to just click on save. And now I'm just going to click on create estimate. So now I just need to expand. And we can see that we have this request for quote. Let me first show how to turn this on. So let's go to our settings. So you just select settings from the left-hand menu. And you can just type request for quote and it will show up over here. So this has to be turned on. You have to check this and click save. Once you do that, this is how you'll see it. And now you can see over here that we do have the unit cost, meaning the cost that we saved. So you're going to click on send request. Before I click there, let me just show you what that does. When you added the vendor, each vendor had an email associated with them. You can see in this case, it's the same email. It's a Gmail trick where you click plus, but this is just our InfoFlo Print at gmail.com. So they'll both be sent to the same email. But you can see that because we have this email in our system, when you click on send request, okay, in the system, you can set up the content for the request for quote. That's part of the notification settings so that you have the content already predefined. And you can see it's going to send to vendor 5 and vendor 4. So you just click on send. Okay, now let's see what that email looks like. So I've signed into my InfoFlo Print at Gmail, and you can see that I get 2 of the emails because it's being sent to both vendors. Again, test case, it's just the same email. Let's click on one of them, and we can see what the email looks like. So this is the vendor clicking on the email that was sent to them. So this is part of the workflow of the request for quote. And you can see it shows the fields. Again, this can be fully customized what you want shown to the vendor, and they just have to click on the link. When they do that, they are automatically logged in to the vendor portal, which is built into our system. You can see it shows the vendor their information, and it shows what we saved as their cost to us. So the vendor can now go ahead and can either fill out the unit cost, the cost per thousand, or the total. So in this case, I'm going to fill the unit cost. I'm going to make it 50 cents. We got a great deal. And I'm going to click on send quote. That will send an email back to the print shop, to the person in charge of this estimate. And I'm just going to do a screen refresh. Now we're back in our system. And I'm going to expand. And you can see that now it says here that it's 50 cents. The price has been updated. So now we can edit our estimate. And then we can edit this line item. We can select the vendor. And now you can see it shows the updated price, the price that the vendor updated. So in this case, we're choosing this vendor because it's the lowest price. So technically, all you would have to do is go through the vendors that were linked and select the lower price. And then, you can of course add your margin or your markup, whatever that is, and you click save. And in this case, I'm just going to send this one line item to the customer. I'm going to take out the down payment. I'm going to set this to 0. Just click on update estimate. And rather than sending it to the customer, I'm just going to use our copy link feature, which is exactly the same way as the customer clicking on the link. And when the customer, of course, clicks on the link, they're logged into the portal. The customer sees whatever pricing you have, not your vendor pricing. The customer clicks on accept. This will convert to an order in front of the customer's eyes. This is our, of course, estimate to order conversion workflow. And from your side, you can see there's a PO associated to it. So when you expand, a PO has been generated for vendor 4. And when you click here, you can see that this PO is ready to go to vendor 4. And as you know, this PO is fully customizable. You can hide the ship to, you can select what fields are shown, you can hide the unit price, the quantity, the tax, everything can be hidden. This is just a test site. And of course, as you know, if you had multiple items linked to the same vendor, it would just show up as one PO with both line items. If you had, say, 2 vendors linked to 2 different items, it would generate 2 POs on the fly with 2 unique PO numbers, and each product would be linked to that vendor. So this is the request for quote workflow. Thank you.